Hello, my name is Subba Reddy, and I'm a senior lecturer in finance at the UNE Business School. I hope you are doing the best you can during these unprecedented times. This has been my fourth week working from home, and I feel lucky that I could continue to teach and work on a few research projects. Not everyone is so lucky, and in my home country, India, people are under lockdown, and I could only imagine the tough conditions facing many people who live on paycheck to paycheck or depend on daily wages. I'm pleased with many initiatives from governments and others to help manage this epidemic. I believe this is not only the time to be hopeful, but we should be proactive and contribute to the business and society in whatever way we can. In this brief video, I share my observations of financial markets and how businesses are dealing with some of the long-term financial decisions. I hope you find these observations useful to you. Financial markets, more precisely the stock markets from around the world, have experienced extreme fluctuations over the last 12 weeks. As we could see, there was great uncertainty in late February and early March, and this led the ASX 300 to fall from a high of around 7,100 points to 4,900 points during this period. As the COVID-19 confirmed cases flattened, the markets in Australia rebounded and recovered some of the lost ground. For the month of April, the ASX 300 index recorded its highest gains in over 35 years. However, if we look at the other markets from around the world, starting from February, markets in the USA, the UK, India, Australia, Malaysia, and Singapore experienced tremendous price falls until the third week of March. Some markets lost over 40% of their market capitalization during this period as we had country after country experiencing significant COVID-19 infections, and tragically many people lost their lives. The great uncertainty in the real sector has obviously caused unprecedented volatility in financial markets. It is obvious from the behavior of markets around the world that the financial markets are as confused as everyone else. As businesses went into some sort of hibernation, long-term financial decisions in businesses are affected in a non-trivial way. Many companies have kept new investments on hold, and all businesses are trying to protect cash and cash flows. A number of businesses have been forced to recapitalize their balance sheets through private placement of capital to institutional investors. For example, National Australia Bank raised $3 billion from institutional investors in late April, and Mesoblast, an ASX-listed pharmaceutical company, which has started human trials on a COVID-19 vaccine in the USA, raised over $130 million in early May, again through private placement of their equity. Several Australian companies are likely to skip dividends altogether or reduce dividends in the current financial year. And this will have a significant impact on many self-funded retirees as they lose the much coveted and controversial franking credits that are attached to these dividend payments. The corporate sector in Australia and elsewhere is poised for a prolonged recession, and the experts are debating if the recovery will be a V-shaped or an elongated U-shaped recovery. It is expected that many companies may not survive if there were to be a second wave of infections. It is not an understatement that we are in times of great uncertainty. How do we respond to COVID-19? This is a very hard question to answer, and financial markets are clearly a sideshow, and the real economy and the businesses, and particularly employment, need to be supported in whatever way we can. COVID-19 had impacted some sectors more than the others. For example, the tourism and hospitality sectors are significantly affected during this time. There are many initiatives by governments and businesses. For example, the hospitality sector in Australia is promoting hashtag Eat Alone Together on Tuesday, 19th May. Please order a takeaway from your favorite restaurant if you can, as a way to support people working in these businesses. We all need to support the wonderful work the frontline workers in the healthcare sector is doing in these extremely difficult times. It is crucial we all adhere to social distance and practice good hygiene in order to collectively overcome this great crisis. Beware, this is not the time to invest, particularly stock markets, for short-term gains. Given the great uncertainty, it is not a time for retail investors to undertake day trading. There is much to lose. Please stay safe and support the businesses and your neighbors in whatever way you can. Thank you.